Lebanon Star, and we have one of the upcoming stars of this community and it's Warren. So Warren, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm 14 years old. I'm from Lebanon, Ohio, and I am a Life Scout in Troop 57. And I'm currently working on my Eagle Scout project.
And Warren, we're super excited to have you on board just because of your Eagle Scout project. It's a really, really cool project that you're doing. So tell us about your Eagle Scout project.
Yeah, so there's a Medal of Honor recipient that was raised in this town. His name is Colonel Gordon Roberts.
Colonel Gordon Roberts.
Yes.
Roberts. Isn't that like, there's a...
Roberts.
Baseball.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Roberts Field. Named after Roberts Field.
That's who, I did not know that. So tell us a little bit about him.
So he was one of the few that fought in the Hamburger Hill.
Okay.
And he took out on his own 3 of the machine gun nests, and then he eventually joined up with another unit to attack a 4th and take him down.
Wow. So this is a true hero from Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you get involved?
So the post of the VFW, their commander approached me last year, and he wanted to know if I wanted to take control of this project and kind of use it as my Eagle Scout project. And of course, I didn't take that down as an opportunity of once in a lifetime. So I chose the idea, and I discovered that they had ongoing conversations with the city. So I kind of got information from there. It's kind of been an ongoing process.
And what a great partnership. I mean, you take a look at someone that is working on his Eagle Scout, which is an amazing accomplishment that you will achieve. And we always think about our young people and what they do and how they do it. And you just represent just our bright future. And taking on this project in conjunction with city and everything is just, it's really been amazing to see you and what you're capable of doing. It's just phenomenal.
When you thought of the Scouts, you probably thought, hey, I'm just going to do a Pinewood Derby car. And
right?
Yeah. You had no clue what this was.
That's all I had to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So this Eagle Scout project, tell us what you're going to do for the project.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm planning to build a 7-foot by 2-foot monument. It'll be full black granite, and it'll have some panels on the front of each side. And then the front will have kind of his backstory, and then the right side will have the citation he received for the Medal of Honor, and then the left side would have a story about Hamburger Hill, and then the back side would have different plaques for different donors that we have received.
So a lot of people may not know the story of Hamburger Hill. What do you know about the story of Hamburger Hill? What war was it? Because some people don't even know that. So we'll let you share a little bit of that.
So it was a big part of the Vietnam War. It was a lot of the forced battles against, and it was a very brutal war. Yeah. And unfortunately, there was a conflict at the end of it, which made a lot of the veterans not getting appreciated for what they did.
Yeah.
Tough time in our country.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of trying to do my part to honor our veteran who was a part of that battle.
Yes.
Great. So this is going to be at Roberts Field, but where at Roberts Field?
Yeah, so there will be an armory, and it will be behind the armory. It will be towards the end of right field. There will be a pretty big open spot, and it will kind of be placed in the middle of that.
Okay, and how did you come up with that location?
Yeah, so I talked with the city and the VFW, and they both decided that would be a good option. And they also gave me the chance to look at different areas, but I think that would be the best option for it.
Okay.
There's a lot of open space for it.
Well, what's interesting is, I think you said a little earlier, is that many of us spent a lot of time at Roberts Fields with our own children, playing sports and things like that.
Or on the bike trail.
And on the bike trail, and you think Roberts Field, okay, Roberts Field, what does Roberts Field even mean? Now it gives really new meaning, new significance in honoring an individual that many back in the day had a hard time. It was a very difficult times in terms of honoring our veterans. And thank goodness that times have changed to do that. So this is giving new meaning to a place that will really recognize a true hero.
And in a legacy standpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's really, we do have a true hero to turn around and do that.
Yeah.
And this is this you probably thought was, as an Eagle Scout project, going to be relatively easy. I think you found out a little bit different. Let's tell us about your struggles with that.
Challenges, yes.
Yeah, when I thought of realizing how close I was to getting Eagle and when I needed to get my Eagle Scout project done, that was about the time when I was approached. And at the time, I was thinking of something very simple that would only take maybe a couple months or a few months to get done. But once I was approached, that was what I knew I was going to get done. I think one of the struggles is just trying to spread the word more. But that's why I'm doing all these presentations to different organizations and continuing to get to local businesses and talk to them.
So one of the ways we connected with you is I had a local business person come in and tell me about this project, and then magically you just happened to appear at Rotary the next day.
Yep.
And it was really, really excited. But you bring a brash, bold confidence in working through this project. And, you know, that's part of the things you've learned is you've had to learn to do some of those things, because taking a project on like this, there's a lot of things involved. Yeah. The city's got planning and engineers, and you know, tell us a little bit about the price tag. This isn't something that's going to be free. This is a pretty big project.
It's a pretty big price. It's going to be around $50,000 to $60,000, and that would be our most updated price from what we've gotten so far.
Right.
So how are some of the ways the community is getting involved? If you're out there watching this and you're a community member and you want to get involved in this, how can they get involved?
Yeah, so we do have a Facebook page. We went live about a few weekends ago.
Okay, and that Facebook page is, how do they find it?
So you can look up on Facebook in the search bar, Warren's 'S Eagle Scout Project, Colonel Gordon Roberts Monument.
Okay.
And then it will show you the profile, and I'll have some updates on there about the project. And also, I'll be walking around town, just trying to bring awareness, handing out flyers so that the public can get a view on it.
And how much have you guys raised so far?
So we've raised just short of $34,000.
$34,000.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a really, really great job, but it also shows how much our community values the veterans that have served this country. But you're doing the hard work on this, but there's still more to be raised.
Right.
And you've got sponsorship levels. Tell us about what those sponsorship levels are.
Yeah, so we have a bronze level, which would be around $250, and then we have the silvers. Those are $500, $1,000, and then gold is $5,000, and then a platinum would be around $10,000.
And then they all get different things.
Yeah.
Which, if you're interested, they can contact you and reach out to you for each of those different levels.
And I think it'd be really important that, as I did when your Facebook was launched and you spoke at Rotary, and I was there with John to encourage people to follow it. I know that I will share it on my Facebook page as well.
There'll be a link at the bottom of the video.
Right, and it's just a matter of letting people know what's happening, what's out there. It's educating, and then again, the key word is networking to provide the resources. And I have absolutely no doubt you will reach your financial goal. And again, no doubt that the work that you put in will be outstanding, and this will be a monument. Watch out, other Eagle Scouts, because this is a true representation of what an Eagle Scout project really is.
You're setting a bar here.
I am.
You're setting a bar here. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I know we have your dad with you, who is one of your biggest supporters, and have appreciated all of his work and his support of you and your mom. That's really been amazing.
Yes.
It takes a family and support to really make it happen. So I appreciate your investment, Rusty, in being a part of all of this as well.
Now, Rusty, you've got to be proud as a dad.
Oh, definitely.
So tell us a little bit about that.
No, it's, we all go through these periods with our kids where we're trying to look for opportunities for them and that sort of thing. But through the course of different presentations, and you've seen the growth in him, the confidence of interacting with strangers and things like that. He's only 14 years old.
Yes.
He'll turn 15 in July. And what some people may not know is we actually adopted Warren from China. So his life journey has been pretty incredible to this point. So this is another nice opportunity for him to grow in different ways and learn about different things, dealing with people, dealing with setbacks, complications. This gives him a kind of a sense of what a real business,
Yes.
Complications that come from running a business, as well as some of the successes. I will say I've been blown away by the support, particularly in the veteran community and the civic groups, which is who he's mostly talked to early. Like you said a couple weeks ago, he went live on Facebook so we can get the message out to the public. He kind of picked his donor levels out so that this normal citizens could afford if they want to have some recognition, but also he'll take any amounts,
Right.
from a few dollars up to a major level. So and again, he's got other presentations he's made, and we got some other groups we're going to approach. So it's been pretty satisfying as a parent to watch his growth and take more control of this.
Right.
As it goes
Again,
along.
he's only 14 years old.
I know.
We're bragging on you, and Dad is bragging on you.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. So, Warren, what are the things you've learned?
That I should have gone with a lot shorter of a project.
Hey, that's honest. And that's the
It
way-
really is.
And that's the way most
Yeah.
scouts would feel, but God's put you in this situation. You've got an unbelievable story here that you're going through. So what are the things that you learned in this?
I think as I progress through this, from what I have now, it's gonna only get better, and I've started to realize that, and that I'll only get more support from here as long as we keep doing what we're doing right now.
So you've had a lot of support.
Yeah.
But there's other things you've learned. When you came and presented to Rotary, you've got some project management skills because you've had to incorporate a lot of different people and a lot of different thoughts in this. Tell us a little bit about what are some of the hurdles that you may have walked through and overcome in that process.
Yeah. I think that it's troubling to get through all the different people we have to talk to, because it's like they're all spread out. They want us to present at different times and get to them at different times. So that's kind of been a big trouble for us. But I think besides just trying to get their availability, it's been pretty smooth from there.
Yeah. Now you've worked with the city. You've talked about Home Depot.
Yeah.
There's a relationship with Home Depot. That's kind of about. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah. So we also discovered that Home Depot does offer a 30% discount on all Eagle Scout projects. That would
Wonderful.
yeah. But we would have to go within the store to do that. They don't accept it online. That was something really helpful for us.
Now, I know you've also been you've had another large company here in Lebanon that has monuments. Tell us a little bit about what they're doing and helping out in this scenario.
Yeah, Art and Stone Company, Monument Company. We've been talking with them from the start. We've always been talking with the CEO, Jim.
Jim,
Yeah.
great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy.
And he's just been really helping us. I brought him the original designs in our first meeting, and he's kind of helped build that along. And we actually were able to order the granite and steel frame. The steel frame actually did come in earlier this week, so
Nice.
we're waiting to go see that. And then the granite is currently being worked on, so we're really happy that we were able to order that early, because that was going to be a big thing for us.
Just going by there for pictures tomorrow so we can
Yeah.
share that update.
We'd
Fantastic.
love to have some of those.
Yeah.
But the
Absolutely.
material cost for that is $5,000-$6,000.
Yeah.
So it's a chunk of the project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all tubular, steel frame, powder
Right.
coated, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's going to be great. When is the goal to have this project done?
So the goal is late October, specifically October 26th.
Why?
So we want to be able to get this project done prior to Veterans Day weekend.
Yes.
So that weekend we could hold a ceremony for the opening of this monument. So we hope to, and we want it done as quick as possible while he's still alive.
Yes.
Because that would be a really big, important thing for us.
Great,
Yes.
and that's a great goal
Yeah.
to turn around and do. Well, Warren, this is an unbelievable project that
Thank you.
you've done, and we're really excited to see how you're pouring into this community. I think the world's your oyster at 14 years old. You've got a lot of things, so the pressure is this was an Eagle Scout project, but now what is your own project going to be? Big breath. What's your dreams and aspirations? What does Warren think he's going to be doing in 5 years from now, and maybe 10 years from now? You didn't expect this question, so we're going to ask it.
Well, I've been having an interest in engineering, different engineering courses. I've taken multiple classes, so that's my biggest interest right now.
It's great.
But as I'm not even in high school, so once I'm going through high school, I'll figure out what I'll do, and hopefully I'll have what I need to hopefully do what I want by the end of that.
Well, the world's your oyster.
The sky, sky's the limit.
Yeah, great job, and we appreciate it. We'll like to have you back on, and maybe we'll actually do a version of this out in the field to actually.
Would
show
be
people
really
what you-
that would absolutely be amazing to be able to do that. It is really, actually, I would say it's been an honor to just sit here with you, because I am in fact inspired by your vision, your dream, and I really look forward to what you will accomplish. This is just the beginning. So,
14-year-olds out there looking at this or turning around and saying, I can do that. I hope you guys all are, because it is an inspiration, and if you're 15 and 16, you better catch up. So,
And I will say one thing on that is there are a lot of groups, individuals, businesses, civic organizations that do want to support youth in these type of endeavors.
absolutely.
And it all takes is, find your vision and come up with a plan. And I mean, you'd be surprised how receptive not only the parties are to the things, but also the donors.
Yeah.
Given a vision to aspire to, they're going to step up.
And I think there are a lot of young people out there. Sometimes young people get a bad rap in terms of things in this day and age. And I really do believe there are many outstanding young men and women out there who do have goals like yourself. And it's that following through and making a plan and then sharing the message that you'll see what kind of support there really is. There is support out there for projects like yours and in so many different arenas. There's so many.
sometimes all it takes, Warren, is to ask.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to allow you to turn around and ask the audience. What do you need, Warren?
I need to spread the word for this project. Tell your family, friends, people that you know, get the word across for this project. Let them know that this is gonna happen.
Great.
Perfect.
Sometimes the hardest part is just asking. Warren, you just did that. We appreciate you coming in, and again, we're honored to have you in here today for today's Lebanon Star.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What do you think?
I stay home.